idea of pulling up at a yacht is it's the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always...
Joe Rogan recently gave his thoughts on a fantasy fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford. Rogan praised Mayweather as one of the smartest and most skilled boxers in history. He reminded fans that Floyd dominated elite opponents for years and made it look easy. Rogan admitted that a matchup with Crawford would be very tough, but he still leaned toward Mayweather in his prime.
I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but
he's
going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather was definitely better. He was better when they fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights, and he understands the greatness of Terrence.
In Rogan's eyes, Floyd's defense, ring IQ, and calmness under pressure made him almost impossible to beat. Styles make fights, Rogan said, noting that Mayweather always understood how to adjust against any opponent. He also recognized Crawford as today's pound-for-pound #1, but he explained that prime Floyd was on another level of greatness.
Floyd was in his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. But just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because the fact that he's won decisions by, you know, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats.
Other voices in boxing disagreed. Promoter Bob Arum said he believes Crawford would beat Mayweather, even in Floyd's prime. Arum praised Crawford's rare skills, his speed, his ability to switch stances, and his adaptability. He said Crawford is unlike anyone fighters train for, which would give him the edge even against Mayweather's defense.
It won, in my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, you know, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands. Styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terrence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terrence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is. And it held to be true, period. So, again, and I hate to do this, and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terrence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The fact remains is this: they both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion, and styles make fights. Right? And the style that Terrence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez. Period. Point blank and period.
Trainer Greg Hackett also shared an interesting point. He explained why Canelo Alvarez himself admitted that Crawford's win over him was more impressive than Mayweather's. When Floyd fought Canelo, the Mexican star was only 23, young, and still learning. But when Crawford beat Canelo, he was already an experienced champion at the top of his career. That's why Canelo felt Crawford's victory carried more weight.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen, and the ability that he has to switch, you know, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. And, you know, I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie looked back at Mayweather versus Canelo. At the time, many people thought Canelo's youth, size, and power could finally hand Floyd his first loss at age 36. Instead, Mayweather put on a boxing masterclass, completely outclassing the younger star. Crawford, on the other hand, showed a different approach. He frustrated Canelo with movement, then turned up the pressure in the later rounds.
Is way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. What's your thoughts on his statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
Him saying that, I can't say he capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game, and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We're not going to ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not going to see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying, I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo, and Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this.
Former champion Shane Mosley, who fought both Mayweather and Canelo, gave one of the most respected opinions. Mosley said Floyd's timing, ring control, and intelligence were unmatched. Even against bigger or stronger fighters, Mayweather always found a way to neutralize their power. In Mosley's eyes, Floyd was simply operating on a higher level than Canelo. But Mosley also admitted that Crawford is a bigger fighter than Floyd with longer arms, and that his ability to switch stances could give him an edge in a head-to-head matchup.
Crawford, they were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning.
Right.
That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
Nah.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As Edward said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights. And Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, was suited for Crawford.
Indeed.
He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo.
Yeah.
He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, it was just pity-patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. And even when he got on inside, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, and just kept spinning him, kept turning him. And Canelo didn't really know where he was. And another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight, and Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to have a listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fight.
For him, it's a debate with no easy answer. This generational debate, Mayweather's era versus Crawford's era, keeps heating up. Mayweather is remembered as one of the all-time greats who never lost. Crawford is today's pound-for-pound king who dominates every division he enters. Both men also share something in common. They each outclassed Canelo Alvarez in dominant fashion.
He did everything, man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and placed the shots probably better. No, he didn't place the shots better. He was just younger and places the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount Rushmore GOAT conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely.
Joe Rogan also pointed out another important factor: Floyd's discipline outside the ring. While many athletes get distracted by fame and money, Floyd never lost focus. Even after partying in Las Vegas, he was known to run home and train. Rogan said that's why Floyd stayed great for so long, and why a fight with Crawford in his prime would have been one of the best matchups ever. Other trainers like Abel Sanchez praised Crawford for becoming a global star, not only because of wins, but because of the way he beats top opponents.
I thought Terrence fought a virtuoso fight. Terrence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terrence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terrence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did. And not only did he pull it off, he did it. He was phenomenal. Like, he did it. He did everything right. Like, it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established the jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. I ain't doing that shit. That shit was crazy. But I do want to give credit to those that deserve it. Like, Terrence deserves full credit for his abilities, for his IQ. Bomac for his coaching. And, you know, Bomac told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bomac told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was.
His longtime trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, went even further, calling Crawford the best fighter of this era, with nothing left to prove. Even Crawford himself added fuel to the debate. When asked who would win between him and Floyd in their primes, Crawford didn't hesitate. Me. He explained that he always bets on himself, no matter the opponent. Andre Ward, Crawford's close friend, had a different perspective. Instead of calling for more fights, Ward said Crawford should consider retiring now while on top.
Oh, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm going to always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terrence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today. Somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without
it's
a question.
the perfect.
He believes Crawford has already cemented his legacy, and stepping away undefeated would protect his place in history. At the end of the day, the debate continues. Mayweather is a legend of the past. Crawford is the king of the present. And boxing fans will keep asking the same question. Prime for prime. Who really wins?